A wolf, who is also a woman, a druid, races towards this place to save a young man, an elven warrior searching for an ancient artifact, Stone of Night Song, which we have just seen in the hand of Occtis' brother, Ethrend Tachonis. In the doorway, you see Lord Primus Tachonis standing there. Also with that divine sense, I believe, from Valus, the courtyard is brimming with undead just beyond the barrier of this world. So you can see that the spirits of the dead are flooding to this place just past the barrier of the living world. Primus Tachonis pulls the skull of Raymond Divinos through his body, and he collapses to the ground, dead.
Drawing his blade and just running as fast as he can.
Moves to the side, and as he does so, you see his body is maybe only 3/4 in this realm. You see that in his offhand, you see he is holding a black candle with a black wick in it. I bear your house no ill will. These robed figures in front of Ethrend, you see that the Tachonis must have ushered these ghouls through the city. These chattering, corpse-devouring undead have been dressed in long cloaks and robes to be able to move throughout the city with some semblance of disguise. And Ethrend goes, "Now!" The one in the lead is going to look at Lady Aranessa, who opened the door, and kicks her full force in the chest, knocking her a square back and prone on the ground. One of them grapples you, throws you onto the table, prone. This one right here, crawling over you as you are thrown onto it, gets sort of on top of you, smiling as this long tongue that stinks of carrion, and does a little leapfrog hop as he produces a garrote. He leaps over you, facing the opposite direction, and putting it behind his head, sits down hard with the wire over your neck.
He can't get air, and he's just staring at his brother and trying to, the thoughts in his head are all over the place.
He looks into your eyes. Traitor. You should have welcomed the name alone as a gift, even though there has always been something wrong with you. He withdraws the dagger, and the hand that holds the Stone of Night Song, he plunges into your core, and you can feel ice-cold fingers release the stone and begin to wrap around your heart from inside you.
Hand inside of him, he just stares at his brother. And he just thinks that he's never gonna get to keep his promise and meet up with Thimble like he said.
Where is Occtis? He's inside.
Primus, as a bonus action, vanishes into the shadow. No. Reappears from the shadow behind this fountain, steps slowly into the center of the room, and is going to cast Circle of Death. Tonight, Divinos, Royce, and all their vassal houses end. The work that is to come requires concentration, no distractions. The room fills with spectral forces, a whirlwind of shrieking ghosts as that glass barrier fades and becomes permeable. Primus lays waste to vassals. You watch, Julian, from the doorway as the necromantic energy thuds into you. Those here who are not veterans of various wars, that are courtiers and diplomats, merchants and attendants, fall as the underworld is made real in this moment. Black wax dripping off his hand as the candle in his hand melts and burns him in the casting of this potent necromantic spell.
Why your son?
There is no use in having something if it is not loyal. The Lady Royce is now going to act. Kicks this ghoul off of her, begins to sprint down the hallway, and she calls out, "Guards! Bannermen! To our aid!" Shrieking at the top of her lungs. Lady Aranessa! Do enjoy the hospitality. I hear there's a lovely view from the balcony.
Whatever it is you worship, I will send you to an oblivion where you can't even find that.
I admire your resolve. Ethrend! Do you have it? You see Ethrend looks to see you charging, hears that bark and goes, "Father, yes!" He goes, "Bring it." Ethrend, you see, looks cowed and afraid. Primus is going to turn to walk from you in this moment.
As he starts to walk, I say,
Don't you fucking dare!
Oblivion. You said oblivion. You threatened me with sending me home. Mist pools out of the wound as he steps forward towards the shadows being cast from the fountain. If this man were a god, he would not be fleeing right now. An onyx ring in his hand. He steps into the shadow, and as he vanishes, he says, "Ethrend, to my side." Well struck, warrior. I look forward to seeing you on the other side. The black ring glows, and as he vanishes...
No!
Above, the Lady Aranessa Royce, she's going to attempt a spell. Vines grow from the ground all around her, encompassing all of them, and in fact, Occtis's body on the table. You see that the ghouls begin, even as some of them succeed against it, so their movement is unimpeded. They're still now having to wrestle someone out of these choking vines.
Aranessa!
Surging forward as fast as you can, you begin thundering up the steps.
Aranessa, what are you?
She calls out again from up above, "Julian! Undead! At the top of the stairs!" Looking up the stairs to follow you. Getting to the top of the staircase, you look down and see Ethrend Tachonis at the very end of the hallway. Lady Royce. Looks out in this moment. Sees Occtis's body, can hear Julian rushing towards her. "We've lost so much. The doors are closed. The world cannot fall further into darkness. Please!" And calls out, and reverberations hit everywhere. Valus, you and you alone on the first floor can see this. Nightingales fly from the trees outside. On the other side of the glass, the specters everywhere. Not the ones that have come into your world, but the ones waiting just on the other side begin to cover their faces and flee in advance of these things that look like fairies of the dead. Aranessa's ready to action, casts haste on you.
Yes! Here we go. Here we go. Let's
See it done. And wind swirls around you as you hear the flapping of wings, and gold and silver and radiant purple as moths and butterflies move throughout you. Swift wind from a realm whose doors are closed to you, but whose gifts are still promised.
Rapier pierces down into the body, kind of my weight coming onto it. I release the rapier, grab it with my gauntleted hand, and like with it facing downward, tear the rapier out and kind of carve through its chest, if I can.
Bones and viscera scatter across the floor.
And with the gauntlet, grab its jaw and see if I can like bring its head onto my shoulder armor to try and tear some of it away with the gauntlet.
You have dispatched one of the ghouls and savagely wounded the other. As you see one of its limbs hangs by mere sinew. You have gotten their attention. They drop the Lady Aranessa and turn to you.
As they turn his bring it. That's my turn.
You see Aranessa looking, having been dropped, you were able to fend these two off in the hallway right here, turns around and sees not a chance for anything like salvation, but a chance for any hope at all. And she raises her hands up as her eyes go glowing green. These ghouls out in the hallway are going to go for Taisha in this moment. That is going to be a death saving throw from Taisha.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on.
You can feel blood draining from your body, spiraling through space. You see Occtis.
Go back! Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah. Okay. I'll come back.
In the shadows, off the path, far off it, in places beyond the woods, so dark and cold that even the spirits of the dead should never tread there, a hand emerges from shadow, drenched in blood, clutching a heart, and it squeezes it and says, "Traitorous whelp, come home at once." You are being called in two directions at once. The force within the darkness, horrified to find that something else has drawn close to call you where it would not beckon you.
Still like visibly emotionless in this moment. Just look up to Ernest and be like,
Are you okay?
Yes, help the druid.
Too much, too close. Everything is too close. And Occtis is still lost. I'm gonna cast Thunderwave at 2nd level.
Julian, you do take, 13 points of damage? And
push 10
thud
feet.
back into the wall back here. But these two ghouls fly back how many feet?
10 feet.
Bam, bam, both whoa, thunder down the hall from you.
so after being blown back into the wall from the thunder wave, I'm like, yeah, shake it off, give you a look and be like,
Aranessa is going to walk to a corner of the room, break something to touch a raw piece of wood and whispers, and begins to druid craft a sapling out of the wood of the desk as fast as she can for reasons that she does not choose to share with you all in this moment. You see that the buds of the tree that she's growing turn to you and go, "Oh, there is a danger. The dead walk, the dead." And you see that Aranessa sees that she's focusing on growing this thing and looks to you and says, "Wherever the least of them are. Ask wherever the least of them are."
Yeah.
You hear a mighty voice calling out from an ash tree at the far edge, even like beyond the like near the nearest gate, the gate you came through. And you see it calls out and says, "Birds fly beyond what the eye can see. The bridge across the river knows no touch of death. I welcome the touch of the wielder of the old ways. The door is open to you." Taisha, you holding Occtis' body, and her appear on the grounds outside the main gate. As she looks out, all of you moving as one. Julian hears you to this gate right here. That's her action, and she is going to sprint for the gate, take 30 feet of movement, and just say, "Run!" As she begins to run off the grounds. And as she does so, she touches this threshold behind her. and says, "The veil." She looks to you and says, "The veil is stronger! Pass the bridge!"
Okay.
As she calls out to you, you see,
real as hell.
I think you see, Julian, that the Lady Aranessa has done some heroic things to save you, and looks at Valus with a look. She's a very polite woman and says, "I've thought you were very nice in the short amount of time we've known each other," and turns, kicks her heels off, and just starts fucking booking it in bare feet
Yes.
as fast as she can.
I'm going to make eye contact with you as you're stepping outside. The rest of you, I'm going to go ahead and dart forward and ready my action.
I would just like to go up to Julian and try to bring him with me.
The minute you start stepping towards me, I put my gauntleted hand out and say,
Keep them safe. I'll be there soon.
I take my whip out and start slashing him. The shadows.
The shadows.
I'm not gonna leave him here.
Obstinate woman, I am behind you. You contain them for a little bit, now it's my turn.
Go.
Fucking run!
I will stay here with you until we finish this, but this will not make you feel better.
I look back at you and dart at full hasted speed to follow Aranessa and the rest.
And whatever grim work takes place within those halls is not yet so potent as to destroy Sir Julian Divinos, Valus of the Mornwood, or Taisha, who follows the Lady Aranessa Royce across the bridge. In this place are the horrors left in the darkness, and you make your way to uncertain future together.
This isn't right. I'm not. I think this needs to close, and he's gonna take his fingers and push them in to start. He's sewing himself back up to try and seal up this tear, to put himself back together to where he's supposed to be, to fix the problem as much as he can. This needs to be sealed shut.
As you do, you can feel yourself being lifted off the ground and drawn towards something you don't want to go to.
No, I'm not supposed to go there, Father. I don't belong to you. I belong here with them.
You belong where something's moving. There's a face looking down. You're on a table, but the Lady Aranessa's not here. You're not in the Palazzo Divinos. Face, white and spectral, looks down. Something's wrong with the boy. Promise you fool. What have you done? You feel something stirring inside you. Something's messing with the stitches from inside of you. In the forest, you're back here moving towards the darkness. The stitches, there's something pushing against them. It's stopping your work. You look down and see suddenly a little nose pushes out. And from the gory midsection, wet with your own viscera, a tiny little fox turns around and looks up at you. You look at Pin's head emerging. There's something inside you stirring. You feel sick. You shouldn't even feel like you have a body in a place like this.
Reach it up inside me, busting through some of the stitches and try and pull whatever's in there out. It's making me... It's wrong. This isn't supposed to be in here. And try and pull out whatever's in there. It's not supposed to be in there.
You reach in and your hand wraps around a stone where your heart should be. You pull it out. That translucent face looks down at you from that table somewhere not in death or life and goes, "No! No!" In the forest, you come apart. Birds fly everywhere, nightingales. The last part of your soul that remains is a hand clutching a stone.